Hello everybody, this is MrXkill on part 1 of my multi-part series on the PSP 3000 versus the Nintendo DSi. And before I start the video, I have an update. I did get braces, and I might have a list, but I'm trying to make it the least prominent I can. And no, I won't upload a video, or not a video, a picture of me with braces, because my parents won't let me put pictures of my face on the internet. Even though you may see reflections, that doesn't count. So, anyway, so let's start out with the DSi. So part 1's going to be hardware comparison, what you see on the console, pretty much what you can feel, etc. So probably the most prominent thing on the DSi is its matte finish. And hands down in Nintendo, that was a huge, great move on their part on the console, because it feels really good. It doesn't have nearly as many fingerprints on it as the PSP. DSi, I had the DS Lite, had the DS Lite, and it was a pain to clean, just like the PSP 3000 is. And I mean, overall, it collects less dust, less fingerprints, and it looks good. I mean, it looks nice, clean. It's not really shiny, which actually, I don't really like the shininess of stuff, really. I like it matte like this, and it delivers. And it just, when I took it out of the box, the first thing I did, I just went, wow, that feels good. Just like that. And it does feel pretty nice if you haven't felt one in real life. Anyway, besides how the matte finish feels, so you have your VGA resolution, or 640 by 480 pixel camera. No, it does not take video, only still images. You are able to manipulate them using the DSi software, though, which is kind of cool. Just the novelty factor kicks in, and then it's kind of boring after that. But that's for a later review, or a later part in this series. And then you have your little, like, I think it's LED. It's a little indicator light that just tells you when the camera is in use and the DSi is off. The light's off, because therefore the camera is not running. Yeah. So anyway, top of the console, you have your game card slot. I have New Super Mario Bros. In there. You have your wrist strap attachment area, your little, like, plug for charging the DSi. L and R buttons, which, for the comparison part at the end of the video, I'll get into their problems later. I have a few things I don't like about them. Bottom, pretty basic, some text, serial number, already registered on Club Nintendo, don't even bother. I have this battery compartment you're able to open. I've only needed to get into the battery compartment once, because Legendary Wars T-Rex Rumble froze my DSi, and I just took out the battery, put it back in. Very easy to get into. I mean, you just use like a Phillips screw, and nothing special really. If you use the PSP, it's kind of just like that, as far as I remember. It was a while ago. But SD card slot on the right, and your, like, stylus thingy holds the stylus. And I like it right here. I'm used to it. I didn't like it as much on the top, and that's another thing I don't like on the 3DS, but that's for a different video. I don't have the 3DS. Volume rocker, nothing over here. Bottom just has the headphone and microphone jacks. No Game Boy slot. But anyway, so let's open up the console. And on the inside, you have your power button, D-pad, your A, B, X, Y buttons, which are very clicky, if you hear it. Yeah. Start and select are even clickier. And, yeah. So, very nice, feels good, but it is a little bit cramped when you play games on here, you know, like that, which I'm going to mention right now. Then you have your stereo speakers on there, which are pretty nice quality, actually, for a Nintendo DS system. You have your indicator lights for Wi-Fi charging and power, if it's on, if it's charging, or if the wireless is turned on. None of them are on because the system is off, if you have not noticed. Anyway, I don't know who would notice that, but so you have your microphone hole there, another VGA resolution camera. Let's move on to the PSP 3000. I know this is probably not the best comparison, but I do not own a Go, and I'm never going to get one, because I already have a 3000. It's not that much of an upgrade, in my opinion. But, so on the front you have your screen, you have this glossy finish all over, which is just a fingerprint magnet, if you don't already see that. That's shine. Yeah, there you go. But, so it's kind of a pain to clean. and or keep looking nice for that matter, not necessarily clean. But you do have buttons on there which are more mushy, but they feel good still. You have a nice big D-pad for bigger thumbs. Obviously, this was made for a older audience, I think, the PSP. But you have your analog nub. You have some indicator lights for memory stick usage if you're like using or reading off of the memory card, and a wireless. I don't think that's Bluetooth. I don't think this has Bluetooth in it, but it's just a wireless thingy. Right, you have your power and hold indicators. The hold I don't think is a light. It's more like just a little yellow thing that comes down if you see. No, you can't really see, but yeah, there's a little yellow thing in the hold circle there. Anyway, on the bottom you have very clicky feeling buttons. Yeah, you have your PlayStation button or your home button, volume, microphone, PSP logo, brightness control. There's 3 brightness settings. That will be for the software review, though. Mute button, select and start buttons. Very easily accessible. I like them there. As I said, analog nub. On the left side, you have your memory stick duo port, which is pretty much just like the SD card port. It just pops right in there. Yeah. Right side, you have your switch for power and hold. Bottom, you have your DC in, 5 volt, and your headphone and TV out. Yes, you're able to plug the PSP into a TV and play games on your TV, etc. Games are only with the component cable, though. You cannot do that with a composite cable. But besides that, the PSP on the TV looks pretty nice. I do not have a cord, but I've seen it in videos and such. On the back, you have your PlayStation logo with a weird little, I think it's like aluminum circle. You open this up, you have your UMD. I have Metal Gear Solid Greatest Hits Edition in there. And open this up also. You have your battery compartment. Yes, they do make you put the battery in there when you, if you've seen my unboxing, they do make you put the battery in there after you take it out of the box. I didn't have a problem with that. It's not that hard to do, come on. So anyway, now the comparison between the DSi and the PSP. So let's go over things I like with the DSi. The matte finish is really nice, and I like how clicky the buttons are. I like clicky, and, you know, I like feedback in general when I push stuff down, and clickiness is enough feedback for a portable console for me. I do like where the stylus is placed, though you cannot really compare that with the PSP because it does not have a touchscreen capacitive or I think it's pressure, this one. But I like where everything's placed on the DSi. I think they did a very good job with that. Now, except for the controls seem, when I hold the PSP, when I cradle it, the DSi, it feels really cramped to me. I mean, look at my thumbs. My thumb literally has to strain pretty hard to hit these buttons. And I guess I could play it like this, but it seems weird, and I hardly ever. And actually, if I press the buttons down, sometimes on this side they don't work. I have to actually press them down hard in the middle, so therefore it means I have to cradle it. Yeah. PSP seems like it's made for bigger hands in general. The D-pad is definitely big. It fits my hand. I do have to scrunch a little bit, but you're going to have to either way with a portable console. I mean, they're small. They're built to be small. The analog nub's nice. I have to strain a little bit like on the DSi to get it when I'm cradling it. But overall, it fits. It works. The shoulder buttons work all the time. Except when I do not press them down all the way or on the side or something. But they work all the time, unlike the DSi's, which get dust in them, and over maybe 7 months into owning your DSi, you'll notice that they will stop working. Probably guaranteed. I don't know. It hasn't happened to everybody's DSi that I know yet, but it's probably going to happen sometime. If it happened to mine, I'm going to have to get it fixed. But anyway, so this round goes to the PSP 3000 for its nice controls that fit my hand, its working shoulder buttons, and just the placement on everything's very nice here, just like the DSi, but it does have the glossy finish too, but the DSi's matte finish does not make up for its cramped feeling controls. Thank you for watching part 1 of my PSP 3000 versus DSi series, and part 2 will be the actual internal hardware of the consoles and a comparison of that. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my website, MrXkill. Once again, thanks for watching.